day one, a violent vertical edge setter.
I see some ass on this. Get that mindset to put your shoulder on somebody. Dig, drop. You're finished. Hey, first down. This is a weird kid. Worse than that, sorry.
What the hell is going on in New York, Jetsville? Crazy times. Let me take this off. Number one, I'm going to say hello to all of you in this impromptu late night after hours Jets Fest. Currently, it's 10:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And here we are, right? And we weren't planning to be here, but here we are. Hey, Matthias Simon, I was just with you not too long ago. So we were on the Everything New York Jets podcast. Those guys are great with Liam and Gino. But guys, think about the weirdness of what's going on. Let's just say the last 36 hours. Not even really. But let's say the last 36 hours. Okay. Weird. And we'll go through that right after I say hello to Hawk. What's up, Hawk? He's talking about the Chicago game, which I'm really needing Jacoby Myers and Damian Harris to get some damn points. I'm 9 points back in my fantasy team. I need them to do something over here. Jacoby Myers has 9 points for me, so that's not bad. Hank is here. Right. Hey, and that's what we're going to talk about, Hank. It's really crazy. Salty Nuts Magoo, thank you for the hat. John Salty right there. John Salty Nalty sent me this hat after the Baltimorean shit dog ate my last one, right? Look at this damn dog. It also got this one. Same dog, dude. I'm fucking kill that dog. But thanks to Salty Nuts Magoo, we have this right here. So thank you. He says JD is absolutely killing it. There's our boy John Post from Pure Adrenaline Sports now. No longer Fantasy Sports. I almost caught that. Hey, Harry's here, our good buddy. Matthias says GreenBean. Hey, brother in the green room. Right. I think that's what this is going to be called, guys. I think like organically it's just becoming the green room. Why not? Right? Got all the greenness back there. So I like it. Bipolar Medusa stopping by. We got Rob D. Big trade. It does show that. He's saying it shows JD believes the Jets can go for it. We can move. We can go far. And he didn't want to sleep on it. He didn't want to wait. I like that. And this is one of the gripes I had with him with the tackle situation, right? Like I liked that he brought in Mike Remmers. I liked that he brought in Cedric Oboye. But I thought it was like 2 weeks late. Right? Maybe even 3. Like I was like, come on. This time, looks like he might have learned from that and said, no, there's an opportunity. I'm taking it. And this way it gives Robinson all week to kind of catch up. Maybe he can even play this week. That'll be great. James Longo's back. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Tell me how you like. I love. We're going to get into all that, James. I promise. Ollie Lewis is back. Emotional. That's right, Ali. That's what I'm going to be talking about. We're going to dig into the weirdness that is the New York Jets. Eric Craig, our buddy, coming in. What's up? Good to see all of you guys here. Right on. Kyle Ornsby. Yo to you. Aerofaster or Ellerofaster. Elirafast. Ellerafster. What's up, buddy? Oscar Flores is here. He's waiting a super. Yeah, well, good. I know, right, man? Me too. That's why I did. I was about to film a video. I'm like, and then I just caught the end of Ryan's stream. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna jump on with these guys. This way we can interact. You know what I mean? We got It's Snoopy hanging around. Yeah, let's go. Rob D. What's up, Rob? Busted Knuckles is here. Good to see you. I feel like a few of you guys haven't been around. Busted Knuckles is one of them. The Professor. Craig Safola, right? Craig, I haven't seen you in a minute, it feels like. Joe D comes to the rescue. Right on. JETS Mess is here. What's up, buddy? Let's see. Paul, what's up? What's up, Paul? Anders is here. Yeah, man. Joe Smalls. Jay-Z, what's up, man? Yeah, what a day. What a day. So Stud City's here. I can't do everybody. Fernando, Indiana Jets. What's up, guys? Crying Joe. I'm going to catch up. I'm going to scroll down. We'll do Daniel's super chat and then we'll jump in. I recommend Jackson Kruger's analysis of Zach. Yeah, well, that's a good one. I haven't looked at it. I will do that. That's a good one. Jackson Kruger, very good. I've enjoyed his work before. Let me see something here. Maybe we can even do it together. Whoops. Maybe. Let's see. I'm getting all spontaneous here. Zach Wilson. Let's see. Yep. Well, so it's a, anyway, thank you. It's a good one. I will do that. Thank you for the recommendation. Daniel Faust, our good buddy. The green room where the stars hang out. Yeah. We're me. We're the stars. There we go. I see you, Jet Life. Good to see you too, buddy. And Steve and Robbie Oak. So, guys, check out this day. Okay. We go into Denver riding let's even back it up to this week. We go into land. This is the last 7 days for us. Okay. We go into Lambeau Field. Everybody's expecting us to lose. Only one guy on these panel picked us to win. Everybody said this is where the Jets baloney ends. Whatever the dreams they have going on, this is where it ends. We go up there. We beat the living hell out of the Packers in their house where they don't lose, have a Hall of Fame quarterback, and a good defense, right? So we know this. Good running game. They're a good team. Now, they're not winning right now, but that doesn't take away their potential and everything going on up there. So we go up there, beat them. As soon as we beat them, they say, oh, they suck too. So then we go into Denver. Denver's defense is supposed to beat us. No doubt. No doubt. Denver's got us. Mile high, we never win. But before that, we beat Green Bay for our fourth straight victory, right? Wasn't that the fourth or third straight? I'm like lost. 3 straight going into Lambeau. Maybe 3 or 4, whatever. So we beat them, and then our starting wide receiver decides to ruin the whole damn thing. It was 3 straight. This was 4 straight. 3 straight wins, and our Elijah Moore decides to lose his marbles and decide, I want to trade. Okay? Craziness, selfish, ruin the week. So we go into Denver without him, right? We already start without our starting wide receiver. We lose Corey Davis right away. Another starts. We're down 2 wide receivers. Then we lose AVT, without question, our best offensive lineman, which, by the way, and I'll talk about this later, you guys heard me a couple weeks ago. I said, I think this is too much. I love that he can do it. I love that he's a team player. I love everything about him. I think we're asking too much. I'm nervous. I said it. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about this. So anyway, so going to Denver, we lose Breece Hall before the half. We lose Corey Davis. We lose AVT. Then we lose JFM later. And I don't even think they're all that. I mean, Breece is walking around. They say it's AVT's elbow. I'm like, no worry about it. We're going to be fine. Find out today after our 4th straight friggin' victory. So we're 5-2. We've only lost twice this year, dude. Twice. We're 4-0 on the road. We are undefeated on the road, guys. We went to Cleveland. Very loud, very passionate fan place. Difficult place to play. Beat them. Went to Pittsburgh. Notoriously difficult place to play. Terrible towels and all that jazz. Their places always sold out. Incredibly loud. Beat them. Overcame the Kenny Pickett insertion. Right? Went to Lambeau Field, obviously. Denver. Dude, we're rocking it. But then we find out today, we get confirmation. Not only did we lose Breece Hall, we lost AVT for the fucking season, man. I can't even believe it. Now, thankfully, Corey Davis is day-to-day, so that's at least good news. But can I be honest? We're just talking. We're just friends. I'd rather not lose Breece if it was flipped. Or AVT for that matter. Now, I don't know about JFM. Maybe you guys know. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear it yet, so maybe I do. So now we are 5-2, 4-0 on the road, 4 straight victories, yet we're all glum because we lost quite literally two of, if not the best players on the team. There's an argument to be made for both of them, right? So we're nursing our wounds, even though we're on the best streak we've had since 2015. And then what happens? Joe D, essentially, guys, trades Blake Cashman for one of the stud running backs who's only 24 years old, guys. 24 years old. He's coming in. He's among the youngest players on our team. Already has 1,000-yard season. Last year would have had 1,000-yard season, but Urban Meyer decides he wanted to make a statement and bench him and weird shit like that. So for a sixth-round pick that could be a fifth if he lights it up, I don't know the specifics. Maybe our boy Chris DiNardo knows the specifics. Maybe Chris can find it, right? Maybe Snoopy will find it. Maybe one of you guys will find it. But dude, we lose Breece Hall. A couple hours later, we have James Robinson for Blake Cashman. Do you get it? Do you realize what Joe Douglas has done there? We took Blake Cashman, an always injured, albeit talented young player, right? We liked Blake Cashman, had hope for Blake Cashman, but he was always hurt. Always. We got a sixth-round pick for Blake Cashman, turned that sixth-round pick into one of the young stud running backs in this league. Now, is he Breece Hall? I don't think so. All right, Dom C coming in with some, there he is. And Dom C, to give full credit, Dom C was the one that painted that the way that I just presented it to you guys. He's the one that said, essentially, Joe Douglas flipped Blake Cashman for James Robinson. So there you go, Dom. Hey, Dom, by the way, it looks like I'm going to be up there for the Detroit game. I don't know if you're going, but I'd love to go with you if possible. I have to see. I might have to go buy different tickets because I might need to take two other people, my son and my nephew. I might take him to his first ever Jets game. But anyway, I'll talk to you about that. So Dom C comes in and says that if James Robinson hits 600 yards, it becomes a fifth rounder. Now we already have 7 games down, so maybe maybe he doesn't do that. Maybe he doesn't do it. But I'll tell you what, I'm happy. I don't give a shit if it's a fifth. If he's lighting it up and being really beneficial and dominant for us, I'm all about it. I'm all about it, man. Right? Aren't you? I know you are. I know you are. So I don't mind it being a fifth. Like, look what we did with our fifths this year. We turned our fifth round picks into Breece Hall and Jermaine Johnson, right? We threw them in to move up to get those two guys. I'm very happy with both. But yeah. So anyway, Gaetan, Gyro. J-I-R-O. I think it's a Y, isn't it? I think it's a Y. I want to say a Y. I get that, Mr. Gaetan Jr., because of I dated a Puerto Rican girl for 7 years, and I used to go down. Her family was down there, and I used to go down there all the time. And they used to correct me all the time with J's, and they're like, no, you're saying it wrong. You. It's a you. I'm like, okay, all right. I was such a little white gringo kid walking around Bayamon, Puerto Rico in the mountains, picking bananas off trees, like in mangoes and shit. I don't know. But anyway, that's why I said. So he says McGovern gets no love for staying healthy. Let me tell you something, man. That's one of the things that I think a lot of fans do overlook. Like, as great as some players are, they can be great. You look at how much time the average NFL player misses, especially for the Jets. And like, we have to appreciate, like, availability is the greatest ability of all. Now, McGovern might not be maybe as good as some other centers, but we have to look at, if he starts all year, and he's above average and he starts, that could be more beneficial than having a top 10 center who plays 12 games for you. You know what I mean? Misses 5. All right. So let's get some opinions, man. What do you guys think about this stuff? I think it's a slam dunk. Now, the interesting thing will be, whether or not we want to keep him next year, like him and Michael Carter. They said Bam Knight's going to get a shot now. I'd rather see Bam Knight than Ty Johnson. I do not understand the Ty Johnson affection and affinity here. I don't understand it. Got nothing against the guy personally, but I just don't trust him, and I don't know why they do. I think Bam Knight adds significantly more potential, and even on special teams too. Put him on kickoff. You know what I mean? Although we like Barrios, but anyway. So what do you guys think? Sergeant CVO says JD better get a 10-year contract extension. I'm telling you, right, man? Like, it's incredible. It's incredible, man. Did I say I'm GreenBean and this is the After Hours Jets Fest yet? Yeah, this is the After Hours Jets Fest. My name's GreenBean. Welcome, everybody. If you wanted to get your point across, right, you put it in the comments. I'll try to get to as many comments as I can. I do a good job, I think, overall, but it's hard to see them all. You guys are on top of it, so it's hard. But I'll do my best to see what I can do about getting your comments up there. In the event you really want to get your point across, of course, Super Chats cut the line, and I do appreciate any support that you give to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Now is the best time. And if you got a second, I can hit the thumbs up already. What is the deal with that? You know what's so funny? let's say a video gets 5,000 views. I get 500 likes. 4,500 of you just refuse to hit the thumbs up. I don't know what that is. I hit the thumbs up sometimes before the video even starts. I'm so used to doing that that I got to undo it and make sure I like it. I won't like a video I don't like. Anyway, it's Snoopy checking back in. He says, Joe Douglas has really been a top 5 GM these past couple of seasons. He should definitely be executive of the year in my opinion. I agree. I do agree. Now, it's Snoopy. We will recall that it's Snoopy when I was in Sedona, Arizona, doing my podcasts, or my live streams, I should say, from the back of my truck, my now gone beautiful baby diesel truck. Snoopy was upset with Joe Douglas. Remember Snoopy? Remember Snoopy Snoops? He was real pissed about Amari Cooper. He was also pissed about, who was it? There was another one. Maybe Tariq Hill. Yeah, maybe there's that. But yeah, look, we can be upset with certain scenarios, right? We can like some things and not like others. That's fine. That's like the whole thing with everybody. It's like you say, I don't think Zach's playing well, and they call you a hater. It's like no, I'm talking about what I'm seeing. It doesn't mean I don't like things. It just means I don't like what I'm seeing at this moment. So, but anyway, I think Joe Douglas is the best GM we've ever had. Even if he retired right now after this year, and that was it, he would still be the best GM we've ever had. The only guy that's even in the conversation is Dick Steinberg. And you can argue that Parcells, but Parcells blew. For all the things he did well, Parcells' greatest asset was his coaching. It was not his general managing. Buying the groceries and all that jazz, that's all good. But his thing was what he could get out of people and bringing in guys like Pepper Johnson, like Jumbo Elliott, and all those guys that came with him, right? So, and then he had the trade with Keyshawn and the Belichick thing. So we got 3 extra first-round picks that year, and he was able to do a good job as the president of football operations. But don't forget, Parcells blew the Peyton Manning thing, guys. Peyton Manning alone. And he traded back. We had the number 1 overall pick. Essentially, what he got was like a 3rd and a 5th. I think that's what it was. It's fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? He could have just taken Orlando Pace. And instead, he got a 3rd and a 5th. So he took James Farrier, Dedrick Ward, and whatever else. I forget what the 5th was. Dedrick Ward was a nice player. He's fine. I liked him. But anyway. 007 Trust Story says an amazing trade. I agree. Christian Ardo checking back in. We need him. Joe D will get that pick back somewhere. I agree. And look, the thing is, Chris, maybe somebody can tell me, is it the pick that we got for Blake Cashman from the Texans? Is it that pick? That would be beautiful if it was. Like, he doesn't even lose his own pick, although the Texans pick might be better than ours, but it's a 6th round pick. You know what I mean? Fresh, what's up, Fresh 3542? Checking in, says we need an offensive guard. Now, this is a topic that we're going to talk about tonight, because it's true. Like, where are the guards? Right? Like, so we need to look at that. Now, Mike Remmers has played guard before. I think he played it for one whole season. So it's not that we don't have him, but who else is the backup guard right now? Our backup is playing, Nate Herbig. So we have Feeney, but Feeney's really the backup center. Can he play guard? Yes, but he looked like complete asshats when he did. He was a turd burger when he played. It was a turnstile. Now, when he played center at the end of the year, filling in for McGovern at the end of the year, last 2 games, he looked great. Edward Ziff checking in. Thanks, Ed. He says 3-headed monster at running back next year: Hall, Michael Carter, and Robinson. Dude, that would be great. But you think about the problem that we're having this year, Ed, with guys complaining about their touches. The ball can only go so many places, right? Now, if we shift this offense, like when we started, it looked like we were going to be an 11 personnel, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, Braxton Barrett. It looked like we were going to be doing that. Maybe, even some empty backfields, putting out, more wide receivers and everything. Slowly but surely, and partially dictated by personnel, partially dictated just by what's working and the defenses we're playing, we've kind of morphed into a 12, 21, and even 22. And if you don't know what that is, that's 2 tight ends and a running back for 12. 2 running backs and a tight end for 21, and 22 being 2 of both. Two running backs, and we've seen that this year. 22. 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver, and Corey Davis. You know what I mean? Like, they're going out there, they're telling you, we're going to punch you in the face right now. Prepare yourself. There's a right hook coming. You know what I mean? So now, if that's the case, having Robinson, I just would hate to see like a Michael Carter push to the back. I don't want to see it. That's my problem. But it's exciting. Having 3 guys like that, especially, well, he's a restricted free agent, so I don't know what kind of contract he's going to want. He's going to need. You might end up just letting him go and counting toward your compensation pick formula. Maybe. But it gives us options. I mean, no matter how you slice it, Ed, this is a fantastic move today, man. Fantastic. Out of nowhere, people were talking about maybe Cam Akers. He would have been more expensive, in my opinion. Talking about Kareem Hunt. It was said today that the Browns have made it known they are open to offers on Kareem Hunt. Look at the Bears, huh? Look at the Bears, everybody. Good. As long as my guys get some friggin' points. Let me see. Nope, they're still right where they are. Right where they were. Let me refresh and see if anything happened. Nope. I'm really hoping these guys can get me. All I need is 10 more points. 9 more points, really. Give me 9.7 more points. 9.4, actually, and I'll win. But anyway, Ed, that's where it is. Right. JMG saying Fields is playing his best game of the season. Can we expect a breakout game from Zach Wilson? It's going to be tough, man. The truth is that Bill Belichick has owned us. Like, let's make that clear. Okay, let's make that clear. And he made Zach look like a scared little boy after making Sam Darnold literally see ghosts. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. That was the Pats. So he's owned us. I mean, we beat him in 2015 with the overtime game. Remember when they called the heads, or they chose to defer when they win the toss? That's why we won. I mean, we still have the score, but that's why we won. The Pats won the toss and deferred by mistake. You know what I mean? He said, we'll kick off. And the ref said, okay, what side do you want to defend? He said, this side. He said, why is our defense? He said, you said kick off. He said, no, I want the ball. Nope. Sorry, that's gone. That moment's gone. So anyway, Jet Show. What's up, Mr. Show? If you guys haven't popped over to the Jet Show channel, it's worth a look, man. I've watched him a few times, and I like him. I think Mr. Show's got the chops. So get over there and support our guy. GreenBean, I'm depressed. ABT and Hall out for the season. I am too, man. I really am. I mean, ABT was potential all-pro level this year, right? All-pro offensive lineman. Did Trevon Westco just score? Did I see that? No, that was David Montgomery. But Westco blocking. Westco's out there laying the wood. Like ABT was a potential all-pro, and let's be real. If all that had to happen was Breece Hall kept going like he was, just doing the same stuff, he would have won Offensive Rookie of the Year, hands down. Hands down. And probably a Pro Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we're looking at. Instead, they're going to be getting surgery and rehabbing for it. And we never know. We don't know if Breece Hall will ever be Breece Hall again. Now, thankfully, the advancements in medical surgery and all that jazz has been, a lot of guys are coming back from this stuff, but we don't know. Breece Hall might be done, man. It's such a sad thing. He was the best running back we've had here since Curtis Martin. And you could say Chris Ivory, and that's not to demean Michael Carter in any respect. I think Michael Carter is excellent. But I don't think Michael Carter is a true bell cow. Breece Hall is a bell cow. You know what I mean? It's just sad, man. It's a sad day. Real quick, just to show this point from Dom C about the restricted free agent tender for James Robinson. He says, this is his last year on his contract, but he's a restricted free agent. We can keep him roughly for $1.7 million next year, or if he signs elsewhere, we could get a comp. We can get a pick. So what's the tender? Is it a third-round tender, or is it a draft? Well, I think he was an undrafted free agent, wasn't he? Let me see something here. Nope, he was the. Yeah, wait. I can't tell here. I don't know what round he was drafted. Somebody wants to tell me. I got to catch up in the chat. You guys are cruising. But anyway, so that's pretty good. I mean, look, dude, this is a good situation for JD, to pull off. I mean, it's a better situation than Cam Akers or the other guy. What's his name? Yeah, ABT is the worst injury of the year. I mean, it's hard to argue. Breece Hall is bad too. But ABT affects Breece Hall or anybody running back and Zach Wilson. It's bad, dude. And he played three positions. Again, I'm upset that they didn't realize. Like, dude, you can't keep asking somebody to do shit that's outside of their. I just think it's. I think we asked too much of him. That's what I think. And I knew it. I felt it. I felt it in my heart. Partially because I'm a damaged PTSD Jets fan, and I just always wait for the damn rug to get pulled out from under my feet. But other thing is, how many fucking offensive linemen do you see playing three positions in 3 weeks? You don't see that very often. So we did it. Get him back to his spot. Let him settle, D Smith 551 says, GreenBean, my man, the Super Bowl is back on or is on again. Yeah. The thing is, we talk about our expectations, right? Before the season, most of us were somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 to 10 wins or 7 to 9 wins being a good season. We had the guys 10, 11. We had the guys saying 6, but I think the larger portion of Jets fans were somewhere in the 7 to 9 win category. Now, if we only got to 7 after winning 5 this early, I think that would be disappointing, right? I do. If we only won 2 more games, that would be called a collapse. That's what happened to like Mangini when we were 8-3 and we ended up 9-7. You know what I mean? So we won 1 and lost 4. That's why he got fired. So that would be a collapse. But if we get to 8, 9 wins this year, 8 would even still be kind of a disappointment, only because we won so many on the front end. But my expectations really didn't change. That said, when a team is winning games, just like everybody else, why not you? You catch any team on any given day, you can win. And if we're a team that's showing that we can hold it together and come alive in the fourth quarter, I mean, how many times have I said it in the last month? If I'm going to pick one quarter for my team to be precise, proficient, effective, settled, it's the fourth. Every day of the week, I would take the fourth quarter over any quarter without question. Now, I'd prefer all 4 quarters, maybe. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, look at our team. So any team that can settle down in the fourth quarter, that's what Roethlisberger does. That's what, Tom Brady does. That's what Peyton Manning does. No matter what's going on in the game, in the fourth quarter, you better fucking strap it on because those guys are coming. They're going to settle down and it's time to win. That's what we see with those guys. And for our young team to be doing that, that's commendable, man. So why not us? But that all said, my expectations are still, 9 wins. That's what I'm looking for. So, Anacito says it's up to Sauce now to win Rookie of the Year. Yeah. Well, don't forget, Anna, it's offense and defense, right? So there's a defensive Rookie of the Year and an offensive Rookie of the Year. How fantastic would it be? Because I think Sauce is in that conversation, man. How amazing would it be if the New York Jets get both? Now that seems unlikely, right? Unless Garrett Wilson turns it on and does what he did the first 2 weeks. I mean, Garrett Wilson was unbelievable, man. And then now he's dropping passes and everything else. Who's that? Is that Jacoby Myers? Get the damn pass from me, damn it. Yeah, first play of the game is going to be a flea flicker to Mims. The stadium is going to go nuts and not looking back from there. Zach is going to go off. Dude, I just don't think this staff trusts Mims. I don't know what it is. I mean, he had that penalty. In my opinion, it was a bad penalty. On the refs. It's like, cut the fuck out. He's blocking. It's not pass interference. Now, maybe he got there early. Okay, I didn't get a chance to relook at it, so I don't know. I think it's like you look at Dwayne Brown. He got 3 penalties. Did we pull him? No. You let him stay. You let guys you let them stay out there for a damn full game. Let them get past it. They do it with everybody else except Mims. And it's like, just let him play. He had that key block on the touchdown, the one touchdown, and he had that catch that he turned a 1-yarder into a 4-yarder. I mean, you got to let him play, man. I would love that. Nothing would make me happier than that right there, Chris. Bluto checking in. Bluto 5150. Yeah. Could we see Bam instead of James Robinson on Sunday because he knows the system? Plus, we need to help out our right tackle with some chip blocks because Judon is a monster. Dude, Judon is tearing it up tonight, man. You watching this, Bluto? He's all over the place. That's Devontae Parker. Come on, throw it to Myers. It's all I want. Just throw it to Myers and Damian Harris. It's all I want. I think this is very possible, man. I think it's like, look, I like the idea that they traded for him on Monday, right? Because that gives them maximum time to get into the system, but they'll know by Thursday if we're rushing it. You still got to fly up here. You still got to sign papers. You still got to get the hose washed. They throw the lime on them. Oh, wait, that's prison. Sorry. Seen too many movies. But they have to do all that. You got to do the physicals. You got to do all the, the ancillary stuff. You got to get so, it's the whole thing. When is he really going to be able to get in there? Throw it. No. All right. So, but I think it's very possible. And I wouldn't mind. Giving Bam a game. Bam is exciting, man. Let's be real. Bam is very exciting. High Lost Boy. In JD, we trust. I don't think he's done yet either. Me neither, man. I think that he's going to get a guard. Now, interestingly, let's say he goes out there to look at all the practice squads. Maybe Dom C or Wat2K if you're out there. Maybe you guys can go look at the practice squads and see which interior offensive linemen that are out there on practice squads that we liked in the draft the last couple of years. There's a lot of them. They're there, man. There are guys that we were arguing about. Oh, he threw a pick. Look at that. Is that Roquan Smith? I think it is. Bailey Zapp. I hope the Bailey Zapp thing is coming to a close. Who's that? Who's hurt? Just don't be my guy. That's all I care about. I just want some damn points. But you know what I mean? So go out there, poach. Go get a guard that's young. Bring him in. I think that's Roquan Smith. I just can't see. Anyway. Wait, Kyle. Sorry. Kyle Ornsby. Thank you for the super chat. He says, do you think Elijah Moore comes back this week? I do. I think that they're going to clean it up this week. If not this week, I think it's next week. That's what I do. That's what I think. That's what I do. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that he will come back and he'll apologize. Did I tell you? I'm going to tell you guys. I just told it on the Everything Jets podcast. And I'm not going to say any names, but somebody, people reach out to me with varying degrees of information. They have access, right? So I was given a tidbit of information. You guys ready for this? Mo Dean's here. Is he telling you you're not supposed to be happy? Is he telling you that you're not allowed to enjoy it and all the reasons that you shouldn't yet? Mo, I'll tell you, Mo. What was I saying? Damn it. Oh, shit. I lost it because of friggin' Mo Dean. What was I saying? Elijah Moore. Breece Hall was carrying the team. I don't know. I lost it. Thanks, Mo. Friggin' guy. That's what I was going to tell you the secret. All right. Good. I'm glad I remembered. So somebody reached out to me with supposed access to Elijah Moore's father. Okay? Supposed access. And this is not somebody that throws shit around all the time. Just somebody who said, hey, I have information. And here's what I heard. Okay? So the word is that after the Green Bay win, Elijah Moore's agent talked to Elijah Moore, who was frustrated the last 2 weeks about his usage in the offense. He said that the Kansas City Chiefs have expressed interest. Now, not tampering, but they've told him that they'd be interested in that type of a wide receiver or something along those lines, and that they'd be interested in Elijah Moore. And the Green Bay Packers expressed interest in getting a wide receiver of Elijah Moore's skill set as well. Now, we know Green Bay's not going to tamper. They're very close with the New York Jets. They're brothers. Matt LaFleur is best friends with Robert Saleh. So we don't have to worry about that. It's not like conniving backdoor stuff. But his agent, who caused all kinds of stir last year, we know that, with all the wide receivers, Deebo Samuel, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, they're all with Tory Dandy. So Tory Dandy, seeing the opportunity, stirred Elijah Moore up, got him amped up, said, if we can get off this team that clearly doesn't know how to use you, and you're gonna get to the end of your contract, and nobody's gonna even know that you're good, and you're gonna have to work off another 1 year, 2 year contract to get your real money. And so his agent stirred the pot. Elijah Moore bit, got all upset, and this is where we are. So Joe Douglas, who we already know has a relationship with Green Bay and has a relationship with the Chiefs, we traded with them last year at the trade deadline, and we had the Tyreek Hill trade. We already agreed. The part with the Chiefs was done. The Chiefs gave it to Tyreek Hill and said, you got the Dolphins we're good with, and you got the Jets we're good with. You can pick either one. So he picked the Dolphins, and Quinnen Williams made him eat shit. Okay. Made him take a seat. Made him put on the boot, the ego boot. So anyway, that's something for you guys to ponder. I wouldn't doubt it. Honestly, I wouldn't doubt that that's accurate. I see Y2K out there. Okay, so Viking Security. What's up, Viking? Viking I saw him in the Jets Talk 24/7 chat not too long ago. I'm here to show some love, Greenbean. JETS Jets prayers for Brees and ABT. Let's smash them Pats this Sunday. Aloha from Hawaii. Do you live there or are you just hanging out, man? Lucky bastard. I liked it. I have a feeling you live there, don't you? I have a feeling Viking Security is a Hawaiian guy. He's over there now. So anyway, thank you, number one. And I agree. Prayers for these guys. I mean, dude, let's just hope that they come back. You know, that we get the players that they were back because they were so good. Two of our pillars are gone. Now, we went and got James Robinson. That's a fantastic get. I would still rather have Brees. It's not even a question in my mind. Now, let's see what we do for the Elijah Moore scenario. At least we got Nate Herbig. He's been playing well. He had struggled a little bit last week, but he's been playing well overall. And I think we're going to beat the Pats this week. I think we can. Got to be real careful, man. Belichick has owned us, and he likes to make the Jets pay. We got to make him pay. We have to go in there and remind the team, this is the guy that ran the score up on us last year and sat on the other sideline smiling at me. When he scored, he was literally smiling at Salah, running up the score. That's right, buddy. Welcome to the AFC East. This is mine. I own the AFC East. So we got to make him pay. All right, so the Bears punted it. PP Pump Up the Champ. Thank you for the super chat. He said, did you hear about Elijah Moore's burner account? If it really was him, and he's a bigger selfish childish B than I thought. Yes, I did hear about that. Mr. David Stein was the name of the burner account. Now, look, we don't have confirmation that it was him. But it really does look like him. I'm telling you. Why would somebody create a Twitter account right now in October of this year? The only thing he's ever commented on was Elijah Moore stuff, and the only thing he's ever done was defend Elijah Moore, even to the extent of saying guys like Damian Woody, Adam Schefter, and PFF don't know what they're talking about. With all due respect, you don't know the details, stuff like that. Where do you get off telling Damian Woody he doesn't know? He doesn't know. I mean, if you know more than Damian Woody, then you're in. And I don't know. David Stein is in. He had, it just started. So it looks like it's Elijah Moore, but that said, we don't know if it's him. But then the other thing is, as soon as somebody found it and said this is Elijah Moore's burner, it was deleted. So. You know the old saying, when it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's not a dog. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But, yeah, I think that, again, Elijah Moore is getting in. I mean, I made a video on both of them, P-Pump. If you didn't see on my channel, I made a video about the burner account, and I made a video about what's really going on behind Elijah Moore. When you look at his influx of his sphere of influence, let's call it. You got A.J. Brown, his best friend, under Tory Dandy, kicked and screamed, got traded, and got a 4-year, $100 million contract last year, $24 million guaranteed up front, $58 million guaranteed along the guy. And it's like, and he's under the same agent. So the agent heard from the Chiefs and the Packers potentially. So the influence coming in is very negative, man. And this is the problem when money comes in. This is the problem. Like, I get it. You want to make as much as you can. I get it, support it, the whole thing. I'm a big fan of the players finally getting their piece. Don't forget, the NFL, the owners have been making billions forever, and they were paying these guys chump change. When their careers were over, they had to go get jobs as garbage men or accountants or whatever it might be. They didn't even make a wage that could take care of them. And meanwhile, the owners and the NFL were making billions of dollars off of them. So I'm happy that the players are finally getting their piece the last however many years. I support it wholeheartedly. But dude, you signed a contract. I'm also a supporter of shut your fucking face until the contract is done. And don't ruin the chemistry that took 15 years for this friggin' organization to get. You're on a 3-game win streak. I don't give a shit what's going on. I'm a big fan of that too. Shut the fuck up, man. You know what I'm saying? Right, Mo? So, yeah, man. And I do believe it's his burner. Just so we're clear. Again, I don't know, but my belief is that was Elijah Moore anonymously defending himself. That's what I think. Youthforia MG, Zap looks more like crap. I like what you did there. Or Zappy looks more like crappy. That's good. Now that's good shit. Let's all give Youthforia a hand. Throw him in the the claps in the comments. All for Youthforia MG. He deserves it. You deserve it, buddy. That, my friend, is comedy. All right? We appreciate it. Sean's saying A.J. Brown isn't his friend. Well, the thing is, he is. And I understand what you're saying. But again, guys, the proof, the data that these guys, Tory Dandy, A.J. Brown, Debo Samuel, the data that they've acquired supports doing this. It worked for them. The difference is they've already accomplished things in their career. Elijah Moore's done 2 clicks over nothing. Nothing. He had a 5-game stretch where he was elite. He was among the top 5 receivers in the NFL. But then he got hurt. He got injured 3 times last year. He missed 5 games. So I don't know, man. The balls. You know what I mean? Chris KV. What's up, Chris? Thanks for the super chat. He says, if the Bears can do this, we've got to destroy the Pats. Awesome game day stream, by the way. Always enjoyed tuning in and watching with you guys. Thank you. Yeah, man, it's the best. You guys are the best. I mean, it has changed my Sundays. Now, there's a little piece of me that just misses just sitting on the couch, pouring beer all over myself and ordering some wings, you know what I mean? Watching the game. But the truth is, I thoroughly enjoy being able to commune with all you guys. I mean, we had like 600 people in there for a little while. It was like 300 consistently. We had 400, 500. When O'Leary and Ryan come in, it always jumps up 150 people. So it's like, I mean, think about that. Well, let's just say 350 people throughout the whole game. We hung out with 350 people. It's killer. Now, we're not all watching the game at the same time. There's that. Sometimes I'm a little behind, But, it's I think it's a blast, man. The Bears just picked it off again. Bailey Zappi. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That is a great pick, man. I wonder if anybody had the gall to start the Bears defense this week. Anybody? Anybody? Come on, man. I need 8.5 points. Let's go. Bailey Zapp. It sucks because I'm like such a fan of them sucking. You know what I mean? This is why I can't do fantasy, man. I just can't do it. I'm conflicted. I can't take it. Matt Simon says he thinks we'll be playing Mac, not Zap. Maybe. I'll tell you what. Mac Jones does not scare me, guys. He doesn't. Now, losing JFM, I don't know. If he comes back, does anybody know? Does anybody know? Right, hold on. Let's see if maybe Dom C wants to pop on with us and talk about. He's got a list of free agent or practice squad guards. See, Dom's on it, man. Dom's on it. Dom C is the man. Let's see if he wants to come on. If he doesn't, he gave me a list. He sent me a list. Ground and pound is the week. Is the key this week, says Melvin. Bears gave us the blueprint. I'm with it. I'm with it, man. And it just sucks that we lost our number one running back. But, dude, I am a huge believer in Michael Carter. I just think you don't want to push it. He's never really been the main number one back. He's always done very well in a partnership. So I'm just nervous about I'm just nervous. I'm nervous in general. I don't want to lose anybody else. I'm with you, JW. Right? Fantasy, it fucking kills me, man. I don't like it. I get it. I can see the allure, but man, I'm too much of a fan to do this. Like right now, I'm obviously rooting for the Pats to lose. I hope they lose by 100 points. I hope they get demoralized. So they come into the Jets game and they think they suck. Like, that's what I want. They're like, oh my God, we're terrible. That's what I want. I want their souls ripped out. But I got to root. I have 2 Patriots on my team because everybody's friggin' hurt. Even Jonathan Taylor, he's my number 1 overall pick. He's been giving me nothing. So you got to move stuff around. I hate it. I hate this. Let's see. Come on, Dom. Where are you? I'm going to send him the link anyway. Let me see here. Let me see if I can send him the link. Let me give it to myself. Hey. All right. He's knee deep in James Robinson all 22 film right now. Dom's funny. Okay. I'm going to send Dom the link on Twitter right now. Let's get Dom C on here. And we'll talk to him. What do you guys think? We'll get a little Dom C action. Let me get to my messages. We'll get DMC. Dom C. BC NY Jets, right? You guys follow Dom on Twitter. DC_New York Jets. If you're not following Dom C, you should. He's got great insight, man. Dom is the real deal. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's get back to the stream here. I was just on Twitter. Sent in Twitter. Let me know. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we'll get back to the stream. Let's see what you guys got. James D checking in. He says, GreenBean, why A.J. Brown hates the Jets? What'd they do to him? I don't think he hates the Jets. I think he's just, if Elijah Moore, his best friend, is frustrated and feeling like he's not being used right, he's probably saying, hey, bud, do what I did. Do what I did. Kick, scream, cry, bitch, moan. I got a 4-year, $100 million contract with a brand new team. Oh, yeah, we're undefeated. I went to one of the best teams in the league. You know what I mean? I don't think he has anything personal against the Jets. Maybe he doesn't like our fans. When there was the rumor that he was going to maybe be traded, Jets fans bombarded him. Thousands of tweets. Yeah, they were positive. So, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like that. I don't think he hates the Jets. I didn't get anything on that end. Viking Security, JFM will play? Is that what you're saying? Play. Yep, there it is. Look, he corrected him. Okay, there, I caught it. All right. So JFM is hurt, but he says he'll play. Okay, that's good. JFM is okay, Busted Knuckles is saying. Okay, JFM will play. There you go. Got it. Nice, thank you. Jay Spector says, quick passes from Zach. No one open, take off with the ball. Yeah. But the Jay, they do. We got to protect the guy. We got to give him a few seconds. But the problem is when we give him time, we already had numerous plays where he didn't have time. So he's feeling it. He's antsy. He's like, I got to get out of here. So he's doing. I just don't love his turnaround shit. I don't like it. I don't like the twirl. Is that a fair way to say? I don't like it, man. Now, I love the fact that he can get away from stuff like I don't think we've ever had a quarterback that could do it like him. That shit's not going to last. We saw it this week. The jig is up. We just got our last gift with Zach Wilson twirling 25 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean? We just got it. That could have been a touchdown. It was this close. And that touchdown, if they made the field goal and the extra, dude, they blow us out. Think about that. If they get not a blowout, but I think they win by 4. So if they made the field goal, which he should have made, and the extra point, which he should have made, that's 4 points. So now we're up by 3, and they scored that touchdown, we lose by 4. Just with what happened on the field, nothing extra. You know what I mean? James, there you are again. I don't know. Did anybody? I didn't get that A.J. Brown hates the Jets. Oh, there he is. Hey, welcome back, Broncos fan. I respect you coming back. I respect that. Because, boy, oh boy, was that a brutal day for you yesterday. It must suck. Honestly, the Broncos brand of football right now is difficult. Now, we've been there, man. It's not a judgmental statement, I assure you. But, dude, every game, it's like, now, thankfully, your defense is so good that you're keeping everybody under 20 points. But the fact that it's like boring on that end, your defense is good, but it's like no scoring on that end. And then your team is only getting up 9, 10 points, 12 points, whatever it is. That's painful to watch, especially when you spend $240 million, 2 firsts, 2 thirds, a second on a quarterback. That's tough. It's tough. But thank you for coming back. I respect that, man. I do. Most fans, when they come and bust balls and do the whole thing, and when they lose, you never hear from them again. Most. Very select few. So thank you. Anthony Brack, what's up, Anthony? Good to see you, buddy, from the Jet Lounge. You guys know the Jet Lounge. If I do go up there for the Detroit game in December, I will be looking to hang out with the Jet Lounge, Sack and Anthony and everybody else. He says JJ should be back. That would be great. I would love to get Jermaine Johnson back. Guys, he was quietly having a very strong rookie season. Now, not quite as dynamic as Sauce or Brees or even Garrett Wilson those couple weeks. But nice and quiet, like steady, being able to string out the run, on the sweeps, stringing it out to the sideline, doing a good job there, sealing the edge, contain. He had a sack and a half, something like that. He was doing well. So I think getting him back would be wonderful. Wonderful. Hey, Watu what's up, buddy? No, he says this every week, though, Watu He says it. He's saying right now he's talking about the Pats and Bill Belichick. I'm not convinced he's a Jets fan, though, I'll tell you. I think this is just where he finds the most fruit. That's what I think. We're the ones that bite the most. That's why all these media guys do that, too. Because we bite. You know what I mean? There it is, Jason Morrell. Excessive tackle. That's Bronco fan. That's excessive tackle. That was hilarious. Thank you for that. I'll remember that forever, Broncos fan. That's one of those moments, man. I've been watching football for 40 straight years religiously, and I've never heard someone say angrily and expecting a penalty saying that's an excessive tackle. It's too rough. Chris KV, let's say hello to Dom. What's up, Dom? We'll do some super chats. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Dean. I'm well, man. I'm well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for like just spontaneously jumping on. I appreciate it.
Man, I was up since the James Robinson thing. I've been playing a lot in the All-22 film, seeing what we got and what's all this hype about and so on and so forth. Stats are stats. We see that he ran for 1,000 yards at one point recently, but there's a lot more to it. So
right,
just checking it out.
Well, and interestingly, Chris KV is checking in, Dom, and he says he's late. He missed our whole conversation about it, but what do you think of the trade? So I'll bang it to you real fast, just quickly. What do you think of it? I mean, you think it's a good move? You think it's we didn't need to? Where are you? Where do you stand on it?
So I think it's an excellent move. All right, and I'm not saying that James Robinson's going to come in and we're going to forget about Breece Hall. I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
Because it's apples and oranges. Breece Hall is a special talent. James Robinson's a very good player. But what I do like about it, like I said, he's young, he's affordable. We can retain him pretty affordably, and it gives us a lot of security in case, listen, these days a clean ACL tear is 6 to 8 months and you're back going, but it still takes a little bit of time to really shake the rust off and get completely comfortable. Look at Saquon Barkley. He tore his ACL. Last year he was meh. And this year, a full year and change after the surgery, he's back to his old self. So realistically, I mean, I don't want to piss in the Jets fans' Cheerios, but to expect the Breece Hall that we've seen for the first 7 games early in 2023, it's probably not going to happen. So
right.
What do? You bring in, a young, talented running back who, has excellent pass blocking availability. He can pick up the blitz and he can stand in there and he does that excellent. He's had 35 and 42 receptions over the past 2 years.
Right. That's the other thing. He does that well.
Yeah, and listen, he doesn't have the 4.3 speed that Breece, I should say, but he's a one-cut and downhill runner. Perfect for the scheme. And think about it, LaFleur. This is still Shanahan's offense. Sure, tweaks here and there, so on and so forth. But what did Shanahan love to do? He loves to rotate those running backs.
That's right.
Three-headed monster is something that's always in play. Was always in play in San Francisco, and now they're just forming it here, and you have 2 24-year-olds and a 21-year-old, or will be a 24, a 25, and a 22-year-old in your stable.
Right.
All affordable, all could be under contract for the next, if we happen to re-sign James Robinson, you have at least 1 year with all 3 of them, possibly more. It's
right.
It's a win-win, especially for the compensation.
Yeah, for a 6th, potentially a 5th.
Yeah,
it's an amazing deal, and it's funny when I first got the alert, NFL sent me the alert. It said, picks. So the Jets acquire James Robinson for picks. I got nervous because James Robinson is a legit talent. Sure. I mean, look, when the Jaguars chose to use their second first on Travis Etienne, collectively the NFL world went, what? Like, why? You guys have, now we get it because Trevor Lawrence and Etienne were together at Clemson. Like, okay, we get it. We get that. You see Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, and they did it too. And okay, but maybe get him a stud receiver there. And then you got a good running back and a receiver. So everybody's like, why? James Robinson really had a great season out of nowhere. And he's young. He was 22 at the time.
Yeah.
So look, last year, so we had that over 1,000 yards and like 300 receiving yards out of the backfield, his rookie season, I think it was.
Yep.
And then last year he was cruising, and then Urban Meyer had that where he benched him and like stupid shit. Like, for what? Urban Meyer's, I mean, clearly he was not made for the NFL.
Yeah,
right?
they got to throw it. You got to throw. I mean, the NFL, whoever keeps the records for the NFL, really should put an asterisk right next to that Jacksonville season last year, because Urban Meyer didn't know, up from down. Everything was all over the place.
Right.
They were poorly coached. They were unprepared. Their scheme. It was the perfect blend of a college coach, a successful college coach who did something in college and tried to replicate it in the NFL, trying to stick square pegs into round holes, and it just doesn't work.
Just doesn't work. I mean, he even had a meeting with his coaches where he said to them, I have all of this on my record. What do you guys have?
Yeah.
Like, that's what he felt was necessary because no one respected him. They were laughing. Remember, they were busting his balls about the ass grabbing thing. Like, players were literally making fun of their head coach. So, yeah. And so when you look at James Robinson's stats, and I'll actually share the screen, guys, so you can see this real fast. And I'll get to you next, Jack. I see your super chat there. Well, let me we'll talk quickly about James Robinson a bit. And like Dom said, there really should be an asterisk. So here we go. Let me just make sure what we can see here. So there he goes. All right. So look, you have James Robinson. This season he's got 81 for 340 yards. So he's got a 4.2 yard average, but Travis Etienne is clearly the main back. He's got 3 touchdowns as well. But let's take a look. So his rookie season in 2020, he played 14 games. He had 1,070 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns. He had a 4.5 yard average. I think that's what that says, right? So then he had 49 receptions for 344 yards with 3 touchdowns receiving. So he had 10 touchdowns in that year. Not too bad. So then the Urban Meyer year is 2021 here, okay? And you can see he had 767 yards with 8 touchdowns, but he started 13 games. So Urban Meyer had that boner for him, whatever that was. He sat him and all kinds of stupid stuff. We don't know the details, but that all happened, and we now know Urban Meyer was clearly in over his head and didn't know what was going on.
And he did get hurt. He did get hurt at the end of last year. I believe it was an Achilles.
Oof, terrible. Yeah. So we had 31 receptions for 222 yards and 9. Is that no? I'm sorry, 0 touchdowns. So you see, he brings that as well. So so I think it's a fantastic trade. Again, I think Dom said it well. Is it going to make us forget about Brees? I don't think so. But it's definitely nice to bring. He's 24 years old.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We didn't just go get a 29-year-old. Like, all right, shit. We still got Michael Carter. We got Bam Knight, and this guy will kind of fill in. And no, we went and got somebody that could, if need be our back.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
And I think it's one of those things where we probably won't listen. Is he going to be active for New England? Maybe, who knows? But I think I think this is one of the things where this timing of this is very good. We have the bye week coming up, so you can put him in sparingly and then really utilize him after the bye week once he has a better understanding of what his LaFleur's expectations are in the offense, so on and so forth. So for now, we're gonna, it's gonna be the Ty Johnson show and the Michael Carter show, and hopefully we see Bam Knight come up. Listen, it could right now. If I had to guess, I'd say next week you're gonna if they activate Bam Knight, you're gonna see Michael Carter and Bam Knight split the stuff on early downs. You're gonna see Ty Johnson on third downs.
Yeah, I know. Ty Johnson spooks the shit out of me. I mean, last week when the game was on the line, they're throwing it to him. Like, we've seen what he does. And again, it's just like you can see, like, this is the rub I have. Like, look, I'm very happy with our season, and I'm certainly not going to make big deals out of smaller things. But Mims drops a pass, and they bench him. Ty Johnson drops 3 straight third down passes, and he's still and here they are.
But the thing you're not mentioning, and which is why I think that we'll see Ty Johnson a lot more on third down, is he's unequivocally out of those 3 the best pass blocker. He's the best.
Tom, you're out of your fucking mind, bro. No.
More so than Michael Carter. More so than Michael Carter.
No
more
way.
so than Bam Knight. Absolutely.
Nope. Disagree. You're wrong. You're incorrect, my good friend. I trust 99% of what you say. Ty Johnson is a liability in pass protection, and Michael Carter last year struggled. This year he's been significantly better. Whether he's chipping on the edge or whether he's coming out of the backfield, he's been very effective. So
we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one.
There you go. Fuck Ty Johnson, Dom C. I'll tell you what, I'm rooting for him, man. I am. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted, everybody. Like, I'm not one of those fans that because I've said something or because I preferred somebody else, I am not one of those guys that roots for him to fail so I can be right. It's not me. I want the guy that they trot out on the field to be the guy. That's what I want. If Ty Johnson turns around and lights it up, and I've said numerous times, with the ball in his hands, he can be a very exciting back. And we've seen that. But I'm not a feast or famine guy. I like consistency. I'd rather a little bit less talent if it's consistent than the guy who can break one but also drops passes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that. So anyway, but we'll see. I mean, look, I just hope I'd much rather see Bam Knight like earn the time that Ty Johnson gets. I'd much rather see that. But James Robinson coming in, I think it cools it down a little bit on both ends. I think we're going to slowly see James Robinson and Michael Carter.
Oh, absolutely. And that's it. And, I think you mentioned it on the pod you were on before, and it's so true. Michael Carter is one of my favorite Jets, hands down. I love the guy. I love the guy. I love the attitude. I love the personality that we see. The talent is there, but he's not, his best role is still complimentary. You're not going to give him, you're not going to give him 20 carries and 32 touches a game. He's just not going to, be able to withstand that,
Yeah.
He's best in spurts, and he's done it since high school. In college, everyone knows the two-headed monster they had in North Carolina with Javonte Williams. Right. And in high school, I don't know them. I can research it. I can get you the guy's name, but there was another guy that, Michael Carter ran for umpteen yards, and the other guy ran for umpteen yards. It was a split bill also. Both guys went Division I. So,
that's why it's like with the Breece Hall thing, like it made so much sense. It's like, out of all the running backs in the world, like the one guy that would be totally receptive to this relationship would be Michael Carter.
Sure. Yeah. So, and there's a level, that I think the one thing again that goes understated was the level of humility that Michael Carter had when they drafted Breece Hall. There's a lot of guys. We all experienced what happened with Elijah Moore last week, right? The first thing that they said after they drafted Breece Hall, the first mention that they said was the first call he got was Michael Carter and said, "Hey, welcome. We're going to do this thing."
That's right.
What I mean? He could have been pissed off.
Yeah, right. And then you got like Elijah Moore. He's bent out of shape. Probably now, just looking through the lens that we now have with Elijah Moore, probably, and I'm speculating, when we drafted Garrett Wilson with the 10th overall pick, Elijah Moore was probably upset. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, at first it seemed that he did say the right things and so on and so forth. It wasn't, his panties got all up in a bunch, over recent weeks.
Yeah. It's bothersome. So Jack S., sorry about the delay, buddy. Thank you for the super chat. He says he met Tyler Conklin today. Interesting. He came into my work. Real awesome dude. Got a pick. Told him if any New England linebackers look at our guys funny to put them in the dirt. Wow, I didn't know that Tyler Conklin went to strip clubs like that, Jack. But yeah, that's super cool, man. Glad you got a picture. That's the thing, man. It's like these opportunities. A lot of people forget that. Like, no, snap a shot. That's the most important thing. But yeah, dude, I hope that these Jets, the new guys, the Uzomas, the Conklins, the Sauce Gardners, the Jermaine Johnsons, all these guys, I hope that they just innately understand the pain that this team in particular has caused us over the years. Even last year, like opening day, we went so excited. 4 interceptions. You know what I mean? Like, and then later in the season, again, it's just, the ghost games. It's on and on. The butt fumble was the Pats. It's just long and storied. The Bill Belichick Patriots have caused this fan base and this organization more pain than anybody else. And I hope that this team knows it. Like what Jack is saying here. Like, dude, if they give it, dude, just please knock their dicks in the dirt. Please. You know what I mean? I hope so, because I was mad at Saleh last year and Ulbricht, and I'm like, they don't get it. Like you had out of any game, you had to come out this game and punch them in the face for us. Like they're not aware, and it was their second game ever. What are they going to do? You know what I mean? But I was upset last year.
Well, Chicago just handed them their asses at home.
Delicious.
So you know they're going to be coming with a little bit more fire. I mean, I don't think that's – I would have loved the opposite. I mean, I want to see New England lose 17 games a year. But coming into our game in week 8, I would have loved that they were riding their high tails and kind of downplayed us. You know, that we do better. I feel better as the underdog where no one feels anything.
Yeah,
know?
I do too. I prefer the underdog role. But I think that this was it's like, look, they were riding the Bailey Zappi thing. You know what I mean? Like they were like it looked like they were turning the season around. And I like that they got their legs cut out. Like, so like now they can start fearing, you know what I mean? And when we go out there and punch them in the face, they're going to stop believing quick. You know what I mean? Because they just got their asses handed to them by the Bears, dude. You know what I mean? Now, was that game in Chicago? I didn't pick it up.
No, it was in New England, I believe.
Even better. That makes it sweeter. I hate every one of those people that walked into that damn stadium today. Every last one of them. I don't care that you help kids for a living. Fuck you, you Pats fan. So anyway, look at this. Look, Modine, he's trying to create this narrative, Dom, that I'm a grumpy guy. I'm a grumpy Jets fan. And I just said, fuck you to you or whatever I said. So he's there. He is. He's waiting. Anything I say, he picks it out and says, look at Greenbean's grumpy. Don't believe him.
I'm glad Modine's still here, man. I haven't seen him around in a while.
Oh, dude, he's on my. I mean, he's in my.
I might have him blocked. I don't even know.
That might be what it is. If you don't see him, man, he's out there. And I like Modine. I don't have an issue with Modine.
Yeah,
but he's a rubber, man. He's definitely rubbing people. He's got sandpaper skin. That guy. You know what I mean? But let's see here. So you contacted me. You said you had some information. So this is what we're gonna do. And then I've already been on an hour and a half. Crazy. I thought to myself, I do this all the time. I said, I'm going to do a half-hour stream. So I'm going to do. And then I bring you on an hour in. Bring Dom. He's quick. He doesn't talk. I know, me and Dom together, it's like you ask us one question and an hour later.
You might still be waiting for an answer.
Right. We'll tell you stories about our kids before we get to it. That's the way it goes.
So you were talking about guards. And you feel that we have a problem we might have a little thin at the offensive guard position. So I don't know how. Here's my take on it. I think that as we come into or through the bye week and we get a little bit more healthy, and we'll know where George Fant lies. And if Max Mitchell's going to return, so on and so forth, I think our overall depth of our offensive linemen is going to be a lot better. Listen, again, we're not going to make up, the loss of AVT is a real gut punch. You're not going to make that up with anybody that's coming back from injury or anyone that we have on, our practice squad, so on and so forth. But, we do have Remmers. I know you discussed Remmers has played plenty of time. He's played left guard and right guard. He has tons and tons of reps there. So there's some viable, backup there. Nate Herberg has been, serviceable. Didn't look very good Sunday. Probably his worst game, I think, in my opinion, that he's played so far. But he's looked serviceable. Yeah. And just like Dwayne Brown, Nate Herberg has been, I think they've both been outstanding in the run blocking aspect, but they both struggled in pass pro, both of them. But I'm not comparing the two, but those two come to mind as not liabilities necessarily in pass pro, but definitely not where they are with the run blocking. So I looked through and I scoured through some guards that were out there on practice squads. Just some names,
Perfect.
Just some names.
And just real quick, that's the way I think we should go. Like, so, rather than look, we have an aged vet in Mike Remmers. We went and got Cedric Oboya. We got two vets that have been around a while, are relatively accomplished. Obviously, Oboye has been a very big disappointment from being a first-round pick and then ending up on practice squads. So clearly he's not, what we hope, but he's still been in the league a bunch of years. He's got the pedigree, and you never know, right? So, but then you got Remmers, who's been in the league. I think this would be his 9th year. I think this is his 9th season.
Yeah, he's a vet.
Right. So to go around now with our guard, you got Nate Herbig, you got Feeney in there in an emergency situation, but going around to practice squads, guys that maybe are in their 2nd season, looking around like, dude, don't forget, we scouted these guys too. We know who we like and who we didn't like. We know who we were hoping made it to our pick and didn't, and all those kinds of things. We know who we were considering. And right now, with a guy like AVT going down, like Dom said, we're not going to be able to replace him. But to backfill that, looking at practice squads, right, I think is the perfect situation to go for. This is the type of scenario where doing exactly that makes a ton of sense, because then you get a free pipeline guy. And I'm big on the pipeline. So Dom scoured some practice squads. So let's take a look and see what it is we got. This is some good football talk, everybody, on a Monday or a Monday night. Yeah, here we go. All right, what do you got, Tom?
So here's what I got. Here's what we got to remember, okay? We're going to place AVT, and we're going to place Breece Hall on season-ending IR. It's going to open up two spots on the 53-man roster. James Robinson, we're assuming, is going to take one, right? Maybe he. Right. So we're going to assume he's going to take one. Maybe Bam Knight. So I don't even know if this is necessarily something that we can expect, or maybe there's another corresponding move that goes along with it. But just for the sake of argument and the sake of what we're talking about here, couple names that popped out to me. Yasir Durant. He's on the New Orleans practice squad. He was a 3rd-round draft pick for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2020.
Right.
Very high, very highly rated for the guys that can remember the 2020 draft. He was, talked about. He was a tackle, and he just couldn't cut it as a tackle. Didn't have the chops. They moved him inside and ended up cutting him this offseason. He signed on with the practice squad for New Orleans, so he's available. Solomon Kinley, guard out of Georgia, came out of the draft this year for 6th-round draft pick, 7th-round draft pick for the New York Giants. Probably not, highly talented, big road grader type. I don't know if he really fits the bill and what we're looking for our agile, zone blocking scheme, but the talent level is there. For the guys that remember Kinley, he was, in all the mock draft Mondays that we did, he was a guy that was going in the 2nd and the 3rd round, and he slipped. He had some weight issues. He had some, other off the field stuff. But again, if we're throwing darts and taking guys that have some, that have some chops, and you think can, come in and make some plays, Kinley would be right up there. Denver, Netan Mute, big old Hawaiian guy.
Yeah, I remember him.
He was a starting guard there for a little while, and then lost his job. Again, don't know how good of a fit he is for the zone blocking scheme again, but for a backup guard, he's got starting. He's got some starting chops in there. He's a nasty motherfucker. Excuse my language.
And he's on their practice squad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mute's on their practice squad. And the other guy, which I was shocked. I was actually, I had forgotten about the guy came out of this draft, Sean Ryan from UCLA. He was a tackle, highly rated again, drafted in the 3rd round by Green Bay. And he never made the active squad. He's, Zach Tom took what was supposed to be his starting role. And
interesting. He's
been on the practice squad since. Now they called him up one time, and he was on the 53 and he's inactive. So now he's he's available. He's primed for the picking. And of all those 4 guys, he would probably be the best fit in our scheme. Very athletic. He's a very, very he was a very athletic tackle at UCLA. And his calling card, they said in the NFL, was probably going to be in the inside. because like AVT, he's got a little bit of those short arms, got those 33-inch arms. They like 35 plus to play the tackles in the NFL. But a 3-year starter at UCLA.
Right.
Definitely a guy I would like. Still young, 22 years old.
Yeah. See, that's interesting. I like the guy on Denver. I think that's really good. But yeah, I mean, think about it. We're getting it to be able to go out there right now and get a raw but 3rd-round pick talent.
Yeah.
For free.
For nothing. So we do have a guard on our practice squad.
Yeah. Who is it? Who do we
I
have?
got to say, I don't know who the hell he is. His name's Chris Glazer. He's from the University of Virginia. I don't know when he came on. I don't know anything about him. I fancy myself pretty, astute to, the college game and the prospects. And I don't ever remember the name Chris Glazer or when we signed him or how long he's been here.
Let me see. I know it's UVA too. So I don't even know who this is really. I was surprised to see them cut Grant Hermans, but I guess they had to bring on.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, there's not much on Chris.
Hey, listen, you can always go get your boy Pierce Parker back from Minnesota's practice squad.
I'm telling you. I don't know what's up with that. Nobody. It's like he can't seem to pop in. You know what I mean? I like him. He was a 4-year starter for Alabama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Let's see here. Chris Glazer, 6'4", 300 pounds, UVA. That's literally all it says. Let's see this. He's 23 years old, 6'4", right? Yeah, he's got nothing. There's nothing on him. We'll go into Virginia and see. Honorable mention to Pro Football Network's All-America team in 2020. ACC, I'm sorry. Pro Football Focus, All ACC 3rd team. Started 12 games at guard in 2021. Started the last 22 games of his career. Had 44 career starts. Helped UVA finish 3rd in the country in total offense. Number 2 nationally. So I don't know. Let me see. Looks good. So maybe they like him. Maybe they really like him.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about him, to be honest with you. So I hope they like him.
Yeah, I don't either. Let me take a second and get to Jake's super chat here. Jake says, F Moore, we still benching him this week or what? Right? What are we doing? Now, Dom, I've put my thoughts out there. Let me do this now. What do you think? We benching Moore this week?
Listen, I don't think so. I mean, I know I don't think he's going to be benched, but I still think that a lot of it has to play out. Salah's presser was very telling on where he stands. They talked about Elijah Moore. Somebody brought up Elijah Moore and this and that, or what's the plan? And is he going to is everything going to be copacetic moving forward? And he was very, very contrite. And he said Elijah Moore is going to be active. He's back in the building on Monday, and the relationship absolutely can be resolved. It's on him.
Right.
So to me, reading between the lines, I'm saying like he still hasn't said nothing to his teammates, to the Jets, to the coaches, so on and so forth. Do I think he's going to be benched? I don't. So, especially if Corey Davis is struggling or hurting or doesn't log full week or so on and so forth. I hope that the kid just comes to his senses, and even if he's unhappy, just kind of takes the high road, a la Denzel Mims, and just says, "Hey, I'm here to do a job, and I'm going to do my job, and that's it." Because we could use him. We sure could use him.
Yeah, we can.
I wasn't happy to see it. I was really, really disappointed.
Yeah,
especially because all of the I just felt like he was a poser. All that family and
absolutely, man. It's bullshit.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. God's plan. No, you can't. You can't say whatever God's plan is and then try to take the wheel and drive the ship yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
Or you can do that and then realize, like you take him and go, oh, okay, I'm steering the ship. My bad. Own it. Humility.
Yeah.
But a 23-year-old millionaire, it's tough to find humility in there so early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just tough, especially when you got guys behind them saying, "Hey, man, keep it going. This is how we do this. This is how it works. You're gonna get yours." Teddy Craney checking in. He says, "How you feeling, Bean, with the Robinson pickup?" Well, Teddy, thank you for the super chat. We spent a lot of time on it tonight. I will say this. If you haven't heard anything of what we said, I'm really happy with it. I think it's a very solid move. I think it has potential to be more than a solid move. I think it can be a very, very good move, but I think the compensation makes it an excellent trade.
Yeah.
And the timing of it too. Like, we got confirmation today, hours later, James Robinson's a Jet for essentially Blake Cashman.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, there's nothing to. The only thing you can complain about is that you wanted Kareem Hunt, or you thought Cam Akers was a better fit, or whatever. That's it. Maybe you did. Maybe you wanted another guy. But as far as James Robinson is 24 years old, has rushed for over 1,000 yards in this league, has the ability to run the ball, catch the ball, everything. And we never heard anything negative about his team or only Urban Meyer. That's it.
I think the only better fit, in my opinion, the only better fit for our offense than James Robinson would have been David Montgomery. But there was no inkling whatsoever, outside of the fact that he's in his contract year, that Chicago was going to be able and willing to get rid of him. On top of that, you're not going to get him for, a sixth that could potentially be a fifth.
Right.
You're talking probably a day 2 pick, a third turns into a second for David Montgomery.
Yep. And that's what we have to remember. It's like, to what degree are you going to commit to a, what could very, very likely be a half-year rental?
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to give up a third? Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah. Now, listen, the kicker will probably hit, because the kicker is that he reaches 600 yards total, of which he's already got 300 and some odd. So if he runs for 260 yards, that kicker kicks it. That kicker, and it's a 5th-round pick. And so be it. A 5th-round pick, our 5th-round pick to the Houston Texans 6th-round pick that we got for Blake Cashman, it's peanuts. It's relative, because ours will probably be in the bottom third, and Houston's 6th-round pick is going to probably be in the top third. So if you looked at the trade value chart, you're looking at a couple points. It's peanuts.
Peanuts, right?
So
now, so you have confirmation though it is the Texans 6th?
No, I don't
know yet. Right? Okay.
No, I don't know. No, but I'm saying even if it's not Texas 6th, we only own our 5th, and that kicker will probably come in. So in essence, we're swapping out our 5th. We still own the Texans 6th, which is probably a point or two down the draft value chart when it comes down to it.
All right. Yeah. And I mean, I hope the kicker comes. I mean, that's what you want. You want, if you trade the guy, unless he gets 500 yards and Michael Carter gets 800 or something like that. Okay, I'm fine with that too. But anyway, some guy with, I don't support this, but it's funny. It made me laugh, like inside when he was like, so we could use Kareem Hunt to beat up Elijah Moore's wife. Now, again, we're not happy about that, but that got me. That was funny. All right, man. Let's see what else we got here. Anybody in the comments? I read somewhere that 6th is the yeah, right. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. Tigo, what's up? By the way,
what's up, Tigo?
Now, if it's the Texans 6th, again, if it stays in the 6th round, maybe the Texans pick is going to be better than ours. Maybe. We don't know how the rest of the season is going to go, and that even if it is, it's negligible. You know what I mean? That is what it is. But if it's a 5th, then it's ours. And then we would lose our only 5th-round pick. Remember, this is the first year in a long time. We got 1 first, 1 second, 1 third, 1 fourth, 1 fifth, 2 sixths. We have a 7th this year? We haven't had a 7th in a long time.
I don't know. I feel like we don't. I feel like we don't.
Oh, I want our 7th. I like 7th-round picks.
Yeah,
I look at the 7th round as like, all right, I'm getting a jump on my undrafted free agent class. That's what I look at it. I like that.
You say we have 1 for now.
for now.
Let's talk about it in April and see what Joe Douglas pulls out of the magic hat, if you will.
That's right. And there's always trading back. Remember his first draft, he came in, he traded back 3 times, I think it was.
Yeah.
So he gained all kinds of picks. And he traded and he got, I believe, was it the draft? No, I think it was before the draft, but, Demaryius Thomas, and he was doing all kinds of Oh, no, what it was, he got the cornerbacks from the Colts.
Pierre Desir. Yeah.
Not Desir. Desir was a free agent. He got Nate Hairston first. And then he got Quincy Wilson.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Arturist says Jaguar fans are livid right now. Do you have confirmation?
Oh yes, as a matter of fact, I do, and I'll send you it on Twitter. I found when it went like real time when Schefter produced it. I just happened to look up a Jaguars content creator, and he is salty and he loses his shit live on his stream. It's phenomenal. It's such a good watch. I'll send you the link.
Oh, I'd love it. Yeah. Like catching them right as it happened. That's good.
Yeah. It's wonderful. Yeah. It's wonderful. So,
amazing.
Listen, Dick Chimney graded out on ESPN and gave us a C+.
For what?
For the grade.
Trade?
The trade value. Yeah, the trade graded us out as a C+. I think worst case scenario is a C+. I don't see how it's, you can't really say that a 6th, possibly a 5th round pick isn't worth the possibility of a guy who's young, who's built for, who can succeed in your offense and fills a hole that is absolutely necessary on your team. I don't know how you come up with a C+, but that's Dick Chimney for you.
Yeah, that's what he is. Look, he has brought up a negative after every win. Don't forget this.
I'm telling you.
That's what he does.
Yeah, I've noticed it more and more over the past couple weeks on that point that you just made, and it's so disheartening. So disheartening that this is the guy that is supposed to be our main source. Now Jets fans are a different breed, but listen, I don't know what Minnesota Vikings Twitter is like. Maybe they don't have the GreenBeans of the world and the Matt O'Leary's of the world. Maybe they actually rely on what their beat says. And if their beat was down on them, down on the Vikings, just like Rich Cimini is on us, it'd be disheartening. I'd kill myself.
Yeah, listen, when I was on the Jet Lounge early on, I was still in Arizona at the time. And Cimini popped in. So he was, he was getting lots of questions from everybody, and it was a fun show. But he said, guys, I'm only negative because the Jets are negative. You know what I mean? There's been a lot. I would love to write positive stuff. I would love to do all, and that's not true. You know what I mean? A lot of fans said, oh, okay, well, that's a good point. And they gave him benefit of the doubt. I hope you're seeing it. The thing is, I've been paying attention to Rich Cimini for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
I remember him when he was with New York Newsday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's he was a piece of shit. Everybody says, oh, Cimini being the new Manish. No, he's the original Manish. Manish filled his role from the Star Ledger with NJ.com. He was with the Star Ledger and he was fine. He went to the Daily News and filled Rich Cimini's role. And that's when he became that piece of shit. But Rich Cimini never hit the Manish level with stalking Joe Douglas's kids and all that weird stuff. But Cimini's always been this way. He always finds the negative take. And I hope you guys are seeing it. We're on a 4-game win streak. He's the guy that brought up the issue that Elijah Moore responded to. Why? Why was that the point? Oh, I know we're winning games and everybody's happy, but Elijah Moore's not getting targets. I wonder if he's upset.
Yeah. In fairness to Cimini, he did tweet something positive out. The first and maybe the only positive tweet I saw from him about the Jets, where he complimented Denzel Mims and the entire offense on Breece Hall's 62-yard run.
Yeah. Well, here's why he's doing that. He's doing that because he knows the organization doesn't want to use Mims. He asks a question about Denzel Mims almost every week.
Yeah.
You listen to the pressers.
Yeah.
He asks a question about Denzel Mims, all this. What's going on with Denzel Mims? He does that because he's a slime ball. If Denzel Mims was the guy they were using or whatever, he wouldn't be doing it. He'd be digging somewhere else. But that's why he's doing it, because there's drama there. There's something. He'll find it. Like he throws out little landmines. That's what he does. And Elijah, like he throws out traps. And Elijah Moore walked into one.
Oh, man, did he ever?
Yeah, did he ever? Jacob Finnegan, feed Mims and Clemens. I agree. So we're going to wrap this up. It's midnight. I only thought I'd be here till 10:45. So Dom, I appreciate you coming on.
My pleasure, man.
Don't forget, guys, Dom C is on Twitter at DC_NY Jets. It would be great if you could follow him, man. And he's always putting good stuff out there. And Dom, why don't you let everybody else know what else you got going on?
So I have I'll be on the Wednesday night Wacky Wednesday show with Jets Chaos and Wicker Media this Wednesday. Be doing a complete breakdown of the James Robinson pickup, cutting out some tape and watching him, kind of breaking down what he does good, the positives, the negatives, so on and so forth. So I got that coming up. I have an article coming out that you'll see very shortly on GreenBeanjetsfan.com as well. Hope to have that out and published by the end of the week. I'm due for one. It's usually about every other week these days, but things are busy. And you can always get me on Twitter. I'm always pretty active in most of the YouTube chats. Feel free. Stop by. Say hello.
Right.
I'm always here to talk.
He's always looking to chat, man. Yeah. So anybody who hasn't followed him or checked him out, Dom C's the real deal, man, and he's out there doing it for the love of it. That's what he's doing. He spends his nights when he puts the kids to bed. He goes, I'm going to dig into some all 22. That's what he does.
that is unfortunately true. Unfortunately true. True statement.
JW bringing up a fantastic point. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button, it helps the channel a great deal. We do appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, anybody who's not in the comment section, if you're watching and not subscribed, take a second, hit that subscribe button. Again, that helps the channel even more. And we appreciate it. Very quick public service before I leave. Saunders is asking how he can get the all 22. Saunders, you go on to NFL.com and you get NFL Plus or Game Pass. It's a subscription. It's like $100 a year or something like that. I forget.
Yeah, it's $4.99 a month or X amount of dollars a year, a little cheaper, breaks down. I could be wrong on that. I don't know exactly.
Yeah. So that's what it is, Saunders. You just got to pay for it. I pay, I think it's like $98 a year, whatever, something like that. So I have access to all the condensed games and the coaches film, they call it. Yeah. So you have that, and it's worth every penny. It really is. If you like this sort of thing,
yeah,
it's worth every penny. And you'll find, dude, you're going to get sucked into these rabbit holes, man. It'll take your night. No shit.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. It's the best money I spend for my hobby, which is the New York Jets, man.
Yeah, right on. I could not agree more. So there you go, Saunders. I appreciate it. So guys, have a great night. Dom C, thanks again. Don't forget to give him a follow on Twitter. I mean, most of you guys are on Twitter. Go ahead on Twitter. You can find me at Being the Jets Fan or Dom C at DC_New York Jets. And we appreciate it. With that all said, everybody have a fantastic night. We will see you next time. Good night, Dom.
Good night.
I think he's going to be day one, a violent vertical edge setter.
Pick up beating today. I see some gas on this. Get that mindset to put your shoulder on somebody. Dig, drop. You're finished. Hey, first down. This is weird. Get worse than that, sorry.
I love Jets fans. You name one other organization that deals with the shit that we deal with and is still this passionate. Sure, you got the little segments, the dog pound. But look at the Patriots fans. They just had 20 years of there are kids, there are 20, 21-year-old, 25-year-old people in this world that are Patriots fans who have never known losing. Never in their entire lifetime. They were born into this Belichick-Brady thing, and they have consistently won. They've won 6 Super Bowls. They've been to 9 or whatever it is. And then when they didn't get in there, they were the AFC Championship game or the semifinals or whatever. And what happens the year that Tom Brady leaves? Dude, you have droves of people leaving the Patriots. These are diehard Pats fans. This is what they have. Diehard Pats fans going to be Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. Why? Because I'm a fucking fan of Tom Brady. Bullshit. What is that?
Pressure in control. Man, that looks great.
Jets!
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. 78 degrees, Jets football, and we're winning. That's what's going on today. That's why everybody's so psyched. This isn't no happenstance. This is a guarantee, just like Joe Namath said. See that?
There are few things in life you cannot put a price on. Loyalty, tradition, fierce passion. Today is a gigantic family reunion because finally, they're back.